What is up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. As you guys can tell by today's video title, today's video is yet another 10 heatless easy back to school hairstyles. As we are now in September, I thought what better video to do than back to school hairstyles. These are absolutely heatless. They're super easy to do if you're running late for school. So hopefully these hairstyles will give you some ideas on how to spice up your look without having to do an awful lot. Personally, I do feel like some of these hairstyles would have looked a little bit better with a slight curl to the hair. However, if you have straight hair naturally like me, that's not an issue at all. In fact, I feel like all of these hairstyles can be done on any hair texture and any hair length. If you guys find this video helpful, definitely smash that huge thumbs up down below, and also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. But anyways, we have 10 hairstyles to get through, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so to start off with, we're going to be taking the front sections of our hair that are framing the face out of this hairstyle. I'm then taking all of my hair towards the back, thoroughly brushing it through and then splitting it into 3 sections like so. I'm then just braiding my hair with a standard Dutch braid, and before I actually tie it off at the end, I'm gonna just go in and pull out any sort of sections of hair where I want a little bit more volume. This is a really nice trick to do if your hair isn't so thick but you want that extra volume and you want your braid to look really thick. I'm also pulling at the crown of my hair just to kind of make it a little bit looser there too. Once I've tied it off with an elastic tie, I'll go back in one more time to really tug at the braid and also the base of the hair and just really make it nice and loose. And that is the finished hairstyle. I absolutely love the way this looks. It just looks so effortless. It was so easy to do, but it effectively gets all of your hair out of your face while still looking cute. Now for this next hairstyle, what you're gonna need is a bunch of elastic ties, and if they match your hair color, then even better. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a section of hair right at the top of my head and I'm gonna tie that off with one of these elastics. Once I've done that, I'm then taking another slightly larger section and combining that first section with slight bit more hair and then tying that off once again. You basically want to continue doing this until you get to the back of the head at the base of your neck, and by that point all of the hair should have been in one big ponytail. This is a really easy way to replicate that sort of like double Dutch braid kind of look without actually having to do your own braiding, which can be kind of difficult to do on yourself. This hairstyle would be absolutely amazing when you've got PE or gym class, as you guys call it in America. I just love how easy and quick this was to do, and it gets all of the hair out of your face. Now on to the next hairstyle. This one is probably one of my favorites from this whole video. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take a small section of hair kind of like halfway down your head, so not too close to your face. You want to separate that strand into 3 sections and braid it all the way down and then secure it with a hair tie that matches your hair color best. I'm then repeating the same exact thing on the other side. I'm just breezing through this because I'm sure you guys know how to do a regular braid. Once you've done that, you then want to take the braid and form it into a little triangle shape like this and then tie it to a strand of hair just below it. As you can see, what this does is it creates the illusion of little cat ears, which honestly I think is so adorable. I feel like this is such a cute hairstyle for anybody of any age, and honestly I'm just in love with it. Even though your hair is still down and this is such an easy hairstyle to do, it just adds a little bit of something to your everyday kind of hair. Now for this next hairstyle, we're starting out once again with those same braids on either side of the head, kind of like halfway down the hair. Once you have both of those, you want to tug them apart just to really give them extra volume and thickness. I'm then taking those 2 braids out away from the hairstyle and grabbing 2 additional thicker strands of hair on either side of my head. Once I have those 2 strands, I'm twisting them away from my face and gathering them towards the back of the head, including the braids this time. Once I have everything in position, I'm then tying it off with 1 hair tie just to kind of combine all the different strands, and you can also accessorize with a hair clip. I've just got this really cute floral kind of hair clip, so I'm just adding that to this hairstyle. I absolutely love how ethereal this hairstyle looks. It almost makes me think of something from like Game of Thrones. I'm just obsessed with it. On to the next hairstyle. I'm starting out with the middle parting once again and pulling out strands of hair framing my face. I'm then grabbing all of my hair towards the back of the head and just using my paddle brush to scrape it all back as best as I can. I'm then securing my hair into quite a high ponytail, and once that's done, I'm then kind of poking a hole just underneath the base of the hair tie. This is just so that I can pull the ponytail through it entirely and create almost like this looped effect. Next, I'm taking my entire ponytail to the right side of my head, and I'm actually securing the very end of the ponytail with with an elastic tie. This is just so that I can roll the entire section of my hair on itself like this, and then we'll be able to secure that to the base of our head. This step can be a little bit fiddly and hair can sort of fall out of this roll. I'm then using these style pins to really pin this into place and make sure that it doesn't fall down and doesn't budge. I absolutely love these types of hairpins. They're just so easy to use and they really keep your hair in place. By the end of it, this is what your hair should look like. It kind of looks like a mini French croissant right at the back of my head. For this next hairstyle, I'm once again starting out by taking the strands of hair that are framing my face out of this hairstyle. I'm then grabbing a section of hair to the right side of my head. This is going to be quite a chunky section of hair. What I want to do with this is form it into a little ponytail, and once I've secured it, I'm then creating a little hole right at the base of the hair tie, and I'm flipping the whole ponytail through that hole. What this does is it creates a little bit of like a lift to the ponytail, and it just makes it a little bit more spruced up. I'm then repeating the exact same thing to the other side. Now, with this kind of hairstyle, sometimes when you separate your hair like this, you can get those areas of your hair that look like your hair is kind of a lot thinner. So what I've been loving to do is using a product like this that kind of helps to thicken up my hairline and just get rid of any sort of like sparse areas of my hair. And this is the finished hairstyle. Super easy to do when you're running late for school. On to the next one. This one is so fun and easy to do. What I'm doing first is I'm taking a strand of hair right at the top of my head and I'm separating it into two sections. Once I've done that, I'm now starting to twist those two strands against each other, and when you have the bottom section already twisted, you want to add a strand of hair to that bottom strand. Each time you twist it, you want to add another section of hair to the bottom strand. You're always adding another new section to the bottom strand. I absolutely love this sort of like twisted French braid kind of look. It's super easy to do, as you can see, but it definitely gives you that illusion of a braid without actually having to do a braid. As you can see, once I get to the back of the head, I'm gathering that last strand at the nape of the neck and making sure I incorporate that into the roll quite early on. Now you could totally leave this hairstyle as it is on its own. I absolutely love it like this. However, I am going to go that extra step and I'm actually going to form these twists into buns. So I'm starting out by taking these twists and actually twisting them even more, just so that the bun is nice and tight and secure against the head. Once you start twisting the bun around the base of your head, you then want to secure it with a hair tie and any additional extra pins if you need them. This is the kind of look you should be left with, and I absolutely love this low bun, loose kind of vibe. I feel like this hairstyle looks like you've put so much effort into it and spent loads of time on it when you really haven't. This next hairstyle is another one that I literally wear all the time, pretty much on the daily. First up, I'm gathering all of my hair to the back of my head into quite a low ponytail, but before I actually tie it together, I'm just pulling out little strands of hair at the crown of the head just to make it a little bit more volumized. In order for all of my hair to fit into a claw clip, I have to do this really strange maneuver. So I take my left hand, I wrap my ponytail up like this, and then I use the remainder of the hair. I wrap it below the little bun we've created, and then I clip it like this. So just to recap, left hand grabs the ponytail, flips it upwards, twists it away to the left as much as you can. You want to keep it quite tight. And then whatever remainder of hair you have, you want to twist that as well, wrap it below the whole entire section. And then you just want to grab your claw clip, secure everything down, and whatever strands of hair you have left over, they can just kind of hang over the claw clip like this. I absolutely love this look. It's so effortless, so on trend, and it's just so easy and quick to do. This next hairstyle, most of the party is happening in the back. So first up, we're starting off by sectioning the top section of our hair entirely and grabbing that, scraping it back, and securing it into a ponytail. Once I've got my ponytail secured, I'm then making a hole at the base of the hair tie and I'm flipping the entire ponytail through underneath. I'm then grabbing the remainder of the hair and I'm basically securing it in a way that makes the ponytail kind of go through that section. Once that section is secured, I'm then twisting it upside down and I'm using that lower ponytail, pulling it through, and this will kind of create like a twisted effect above the ponytail. This is basically basically a very glorified low ponytail, but I just think it looks absolutely magical. It's so intricate looking, but it's so simple to achieve. And the very last hairstyle is actually very similar to the previous one in the sense that it's all happening in the back. So first up, I'm taking the top section away once again, and I'm kind of pulling it aside. I'm then splitting the lower section of my hair into two low ponytails, and I'm securing that down right away. Once that's done, I'm then releasing that top section and I'm splitting it into two sections again, right down the middle. I'm now beginning to braid each section. I want to braid it kind of halfway down because we're not going to need the full braid. And once you secure it down, you just want to pull it apart a little bit. You guys know the drill. I'm then separating one of the braids and I'm going to the opposite ponytail on the left side and I'm securing it through the ponytail at the base. Once you've done it on one side, you then of course want to repeat the same thing to the other side. This creates a really cool effect right at the back of the head. And if you have any sparse areas where your parting is very visible, you can always cover it with some hair powder that matches your hair color. This is the finished hairstyle. I absolutely love it. Again, it looks kind of Game of Thronesy to me, so I hope you guys like it. Alright guys, so those were the 10 heatless hairstyles for back to school. Honestly, these hairstyles can be worn anywhere, whether that's work, whether that's just on your weekend off. I feel like a few of these hairstyles could even be bridal, and I might actually do one of them for my wedding day. I want you guys to guess which one you think it is. Definitely let me know in the comments if you guys like any of these hairstyles, which one was your favorite, and are you gonna recreate them? If you do, make sure you tag me on my socials. It's just Roxxsaurus on pretty much everything. However, if these hairstyles were not to your taste, I do have so many more, so I'll have a whole playlist of all my hair tutorials right there. Anyways, that is all from me. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.